Well, hello guys, welcome to the first of the recap videos of this Versus 3 save. This is a save where myself, the Custard Prophet, is going up against two other Football Manager creators in Avoiding Relegation and That Trucking Football Manager over the course of a single season. We're all managing FC20 and we're trying to see who gets the most points. To make it slightly more complicated, we have also got the FMAI who will be playing along, so there'll be four people, semi-people, who will be battling it out over the course of that season to see who is best. That's the premise. If you haven't seen any of the previous videos and this is the first one you're watching and you like the idea of that, down in the description below you will see videos from myself and the other two creators from the first episode. This is going to be a recap of what went on in the first game day because it all gets a bit confusing with multiple creators involved. So these are only going to be short, maybe 10-minute, 15-minute episodes to sort of recap what's gone on over the period of time since the last video. Right then, so today we will be checking out the tactics that each of us have decided to go with, any new signings that we've gone with, and also what has gone on with the FMAI. All these things and more coming up. So first of all, let's check out what people have gone with for the tactics. Okay guys, well yeah, tactics were really interesting. Actually, when you look across the three creators, pretty much each of the creators had the same base tactics. So going four at the back, a sort of defensive midfielder type position just in front of the defenders. The actual role there was a little bit different between creators. I went for a defensive midfielder, whereas the other two went for a deep line playmaker, and then two in front of them in midfield. Again, the roles were a little bit different. Avoiding Relegation with Metsala, Trucking Football Manager with an advanced playmaker, and I've had a slightly more defensive setup with a deep line playmaker in there, but very, very similar. Target man up top, and on either side I had a couple of wingers and the other guys had a couple of inside forwards. I mean, you can see why they've done that, due to the overlapping wing backs that everyone's got. In fact, actually, looking at it, Avoiding Relegation doesn't have wing backs, he has full backs. So some subtle differences in the way the thing's set up. I've got a huge amount more. I've got a huge amount more in terms of sort of the sort of tactical player tweaks, but I think overall actually it looks incredibly similar. Now what was really interesting is then when we moved over to the AI, they had something completely different. Now, apologies, I can't see this in detail because I'm not managing the club, but they've gone for a 4-3-3. Now, considering this team is absolutely packed with wingers, then this seems a very strange decision to go with. They've got their target man, Bergeron, on the right side, not leading the line, which I mean, it's all very, very strange there, that tactic. Maybe that's why they didn't do so well in the first game. So this team is set up pretty much for what each of the three human managers did, but the FMAI, good God, what knows what they're doing. I think I should also say they didn't sign anyone either, which was really interesting. There was plenty of there was a bit of wage budget, a little bit of money to sign someone. I'd have thought they would have looked to improve the squad, but they decided not to, which was interesting. So we'll go on and see how the three human managers have got on with their transfers. Well, in terms of transfers that were made, I didn't do an awful lot. There was certainly places that one would want to make transfers. At the back, I think things needed to be improved. But these are the two transfers that really were the main ones that I did. So we bought in a backup striker. Well, what was a backup striker, but actually I think is probably our first choice striker, Leon Clark from the UK. He works very well as a target man. He's a 3.5-star player. Looks pretty good. And the other player we bought in was someone at the back, Yanis Nicolau, who actually is better than most of the centre backs, even though he plays as a halfback. So I mean that's all right. So two players, I was fairly happy with it. I would have liked to bring in a better defender, but that's what happened. That's pretty much all the transfer business that I did. Avoiding relegation, on the other hand, well, they made a few more transfers. Irizos is a backup goalkeeper. We won't focus on him. The next player, Brigari, is a centre-back, 3.5-star centre-back, as you can see. Reasonable player, actually. He's a bit better than the guy I bought him. He's actually a centre-back, which helps you can head the ball, which is pretty damn nice. Christoph Janken is another centre-back, fairly old German player, I think. Boomhauer and Zeddy are two players that the assistant brought in, or the head of youth development brought in, who are utterly useless. And the player who was by far the biggest signing in terms of money across any of us, who is Verdaint. He is a striker, a target man. I'm not. He's okay. He's pretty good. He can head the ball. He's probably better than Leon Clark, who I bought in. But you spent 3 times as much money on him. I mean, there's still time in the transfer window, so that is absolutely fine. So the Trucking Football Manager, he did a bit of transfer business as well. Again, the Football Manager the Youth Development Manager had his wicked way with TTFM and signed a few players in who were not particularly great, but players of note here: Ishmael Diaz, left-sided winger mainly, fairly fast. He's a reasonable 3.5-star player. You can see him there, decent player. Henry Savet, who looks incredibly versatile and decent player. I think he might be the best player that anybody's signed. Really, really good pickup, I think. Amaya, centre-back of some quality, very good in the air, and actually not too bad on the tackling and marking front as well. And our old friend Sully Montari, who I'm not convinced about, but he can tackle, so that's a thing, isn't it? So as you can see, no one signed the same player. As I mentioned, the AI didn't sign anyone at all. For me, I think the person who's won that sort of transfer window, hasn't finished yet, is probably that Trucking Football Manager. I think the likes of Maya looks a decent centre back. And I think Save is probably the best player that's been bought in. So let's go and check out how the FM AI has got on before we go on to see how all the human players have got on. So first game of the season for them was against AZ Alkmaar, and yeah, it didn't go to plan. If anything, they battled well. Had a reasonable amount of shots on target. I don't think we can actually see the goals, unfortunately. Yeah, well, we can view the people. So it was a 3-1 loss. They pulled it back to 1-1 and then went 3-1 down very, very early on, but just left it at that. The goalkeeper, look at that, a 4.7 average rating is pretty abysmal. Espinoza with the top performance for Twente. And this lad, I don't think he played for us in the last game. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've recorded it. But yeah, so a poor start from the AI. 3-1 loss. Let's see how everyone else has done.
National A League, no. National A licence. That's a goal. Berg Green. That's not what you expect your target man to do. It was a lovely free kick 3.5 minutes in. Goalkeeper probably could have done a bit better with that. Lays it back to the keeper. Kirschbaum plays it short. A bit of a brave ball, to be honest with you. Van Ooyen plays a big ball over the top. And here's Darfalu. Sounds like an alien from Doctor Who. Van Ooyen, big ball forward. Yeboah brings it down and is obviously fouled. Referee says that looks harsh. He trots over to watch EastEnders. It's a penalty. I thought so. I always thought so, to be fair. This is gonna be bad, isn't it? We're going 2-1 down the Venlo before half time. Lovely finish, bottom corner, and we are losing. Verdonk, short throw, and Abayanya to Brahma. Woot back to Abayanya, and Lang just, oh, he beats his man in the end, crosses it in. Espinosa with a lovely finish. And that'll put us back to level and up to 6th because half the league hasn't played yet. Weird. At left back, lays it back to Rossler. Probably not Yui. Sinclair. Which one? Probably not Scott. Trupe to Amaya. Let's not lose it there, gentlemen. Trupe chips it forward. Misses him. Catamol wins it. And he's doing well for a man of his age. Janssen forward to Sinclair again. Still unsure which Sinclair it is, but it's a good cross. And Darfalo. It's Jerome Sinclair. I know that name. I don't know why. And we had parity for what, about a minute and a half?
Cantella Piedra on the wing, looking to get a cross in, manages it. And he's far. Espinosa picks up loose ball. Abjurania. He's trying for another cross in. He's in the box. Oh, and he shoots, but it is well wide.
Come on, guys. We're really not doing well here. And that has been coming. That has been coming. So Barnbrack, nicely done. Very nice tackle there. But yeah, it's kind of deserved. I mean, I don't want it just to be avoiding relegation and the trucking football manager who end up finishing this season, and me who ends up cocking up again. Zucchini. It's in. It's Abuja Janana. Georgie. It's Georgie. We got a chance here right at the end. Vabik into Verdonk. It's in. It's Queensy. It's bloody Queensy. I knew it. He's got it. Abidjana. Come on, out to Queensy. Come on, you're going to lose it, aren't you? Brahma, he's changed everything. Verdonk on this left side. Come on, in. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? What happened there? Well, okay, guys, we're back. Hope you enjoyed that highlights package. So, just to recap the scores quite briefly, we've just seen the game there where FC20, managed by my good self, somehow beat FC Utrecht 3-2. A couple of late goals, and we were 2-0 down. It made no sense, but we won. And that's all that matters. That's all that I care about. So, yeah, nice start from the mighty Custard Prophet. Then we, right at the start of that package, saw the 3-2 loss of that Trucking Football Manager's FC20 team against VVV Venlo. At no point should they have lost that game, but they managed to. So, yeah, congratulations, Damien, there. Good stuff. And then we saw the dull zil 0-0 game that Avoiding Relegation masterminded against RKC Volvic. There weren't a lot of chances. I mean, it looked like they were all right at the start of that game, but it was just devolved into a vast amount of nothingness. And if you're not remembering, the Football Manager AI, well, they lost 3-1 away against AZ Alkmaar. So, as you can see here, I was the only one who was actually had a home game to start with, and we made the most of it. So, what does that do to the table? This is what it does to the table. So, yes, the Custard Prophet leads 3 points. Oh, yes, after one game. Avoiding Relegation next in 1. The Trucking Football Manager is just in 3rd place ahead of the FMAI on goal difference. I mean, I hope it stays like this, but I have a sneaky feeling it won't. And we'll see what happens in the future. So I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to be coming back for game day 10. That's the plan currently. So we will. So make sure you come back for that on Sunday, 7 o'clock UK time. On each of these guys' channels, you will see the next episode. So make sure you go over to their channels and drop them a subscribe so you don't miss those. And then on apologies, you can hear my dog in the background. And then on Wednesday or Thursday, you should be seeing the next one of these, which will come out to wrap everything up. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new to this. And I'll see you next time for more fun and games with FC20. See you then. Goodbye.